Okay, so on January 2nd, the Gamecocks opened their SEC season versus the Mizzou Tigers. And listen, Mizzou always plays South Carolina tough. The Gamecocks' last SEC season, regular season loss or whatever, was in this building 3 years ago, and Raven and Breezy were on that team. So there's probably a bad taste in it now. And, let me tell you something, I heard Dawn has lost 4 games in this building, so you gotta be careful. So it started up and down, and we see Tahina with a shot here. And Mizzou was hanging tough on both sides of the ball. Like I said, it was back and forth, up and down.
Raven Johnson.
And fortunately for Mizzou, Tahina couldn't stop fouling. And because of that, it was a bit of a slog. Like I said, nobody could really get into a rhythm unless you had on a yellow jersey.
Tessa Johnson is on the floor for Pow Pow. There's Judd for 3, yes. Slaughter, all good defensive player, has that assignment. We showed you at the top of the telecast.
But thank God for MiLaysia Fulwiley. She came in off the bench and started doing stuff like this on offense.
Off the miss, you see how quickly South Carolina gets down the floor, gets to clean up the mess.
And stuff like this on defense.
Well, Fulwiley getting in there defensively.
She and Ashlyn, I think they helped turn the game around in the first. Ashlyn was doing so much phenomenal stuff. And look at this. She gets the rebound here. And look, she says, if y'all not going to pick the ball up, I will, baby. Ha! Look at that. Come on, point guard. I love it. Bringing the ball up. Showing her handles. Showing her athleticism. Showing her skill. That's what she does. When Ashlyn is great, we're great. They helped rip off a 13-5 run in about 5 minutes. And I really think Ashlyn and Lay gave us some speed and athleticism that they really couldn't keep up with.
With plenty of time left. Down to 5. Kroenke on Johnson.
And with that and some good
Kroenke,
defense, we ended the
Johnson,
quarter 21-13. Easy peasy, right? So the second quarter starts with some amazing defense by Breezy Hall. I mean, look at her everywhere. She kind of stops all the action, right? And look how everybody is on the string. Tessa's with it too.
Going right, but help side was there.
Delilah Brown into the game. Here she is, number 1. 8 on the shot clock. Brown on the pull-up.
And let's be real, the refs were cheeks. I don't know how they saw an over and back here, but they did. Twice.
Now, technically, all guards on the floor, so smart play by South Carolina to get it inside.
Kitts is going to get called again.
And so our offense really struggled, but now Mizzou's.
On the cut again, Judd to Slaughter. Judd works for the rebound. Here's Randall. Randall to Slaughter underneath.
And Eric, they've done it with a small lineup on the floor. Technically just 5 guards.
And before you know it, the Cocks are only up 2. So they decided to play some defense, thankfully.
Defended by Johnson. Judd's been a good facilitator here today. Trying to direct traffic now with 7 to shoot. Judd to Slaughter. Watkins on the perimeter defensively. Slaughter blocked by Watkins.
And Joyce gets some free throws. And I like these free throws from Joyce. I like the aggression from Joyce. We were in the bonus. She cashed in.
Deep. Johnson with the rebound. Edwards on the run. Beautiful feed. Johnson with the finish.
And from there, I really feel like Joyce got going. They got to stop. They started feeling good.
It up the floor. And I would love to see Edwards get going.
And they do feed the post to Edwards to try to get her going. She gets her own rebound.
And then, I mean, really look
Someone
at
like
Joyce
Edwards,
here.
you want to feed her, and she missed the first one, but
Quick to Johnson. Johnson to the basket. Watkins on the glass. No, Watkins not done yet. Edwards for 2.
right now is the offensive rebounder of South Carolina. 10 second chance points off of those 8 offensive rebounds.
And listen, I want to shout out Raven here because I thought this was funny too. She misreads the clock and chucks a 3 with like 5 seconds left on the clock. Listen, she didn't realize it. She's looking back and giggling. Dawn ain't having it, but I thought it was fun and it got the girls loose. Whatever. It's only basketball. But that takes us into the half, only up 36-26.
Sympathetic giggles from the sideline.
And in the third, it started out with a lot of back and forth as well.
Here's Slaughter, steps back for three, and knocks it down.
You need to get a bucket.
Works on Galkalani. Strong move by Sanaya.
And I thought this was an interesting part here in the third quarter. Lanaya Randall gets her fourth foul. She immediately leaves because, I mean, what else can you do? It's 4 fouls. But the refs didn't care, I guess, or there was nobody at the table. So there's only 4 people on the court for Mizzou, and Tahina cashes out. Now, at this point, Lanaya has to come back in because she missed the substitution window. And, you know, she just can't help herself. She's like a bull in a china shop. I love her, though. I loved her aggression. But, you know, she fouls Raven, and thank God this wasn't some gnarly injury. Raven was good, but Randall gets her 5th, and now she's disqualified. Like, she's out the game. And it sucks for her, and it sucks for Mizzou, because honestly, she was dicing us up. But now it's back to our regularly scheduled
sets for 3. Judd wants to work on Kitts. Won't drop. Powell. Now Kitts finds Watkins. Watkins, Linthicum hit the deck hard. No call. Watkins to the basket for 2.
Or not, because I don't know what the refs were doing here. I don't know what they're looking at. I don't know what's going on. The people are getting restless. They're playing with the mascots. I'm really not sure what happened. Dawn is over it. But now we're getting back to our regularly scheduled program. And look at MiLaysia again. She didn't stop.
Finish. And look at running back the other way. It's Johnson.
Look at what MiLaysia does here. And look at this closeout.
Who kicks it out to the open shooter, Wilson.
I mean, that's supreme athleticism and speed. I mean, look at that. And then look at Tessa really enjoying herself. I love that. And then from this point on, MiLaysia really started feeling herself. And I mean, I would too. I mean, let's be real. I sent her to the third row. Like,
that's what I said, right?
And just to the end of the third, MiLaysia saw food. I mean, it was barbecue chicken. It didn't matter who was in front of her. She's going to the rack.
There is no more restricted area in women's basketball.
I loved it. I love the aggression. We needed MiLaysia.
Slaughter's been really quiet since that step-back jumper she hit.
Fulwiley picks it up. What will she do with it? She'll lay it out perfectly to Edwards. Made a nice adjustment. Down to 7.
And with that, we end third.
Pow picks it up.
So we start the fourth. And honestly, we start the fourth on some clowning. I mean, look at this shot by Ashland. I mean, I guess, yeah, let's extend the range. But this is crazy. And it almost went in. And the Gamecocks kept it going. MiLaysia kept it going. And we let off, I think, a 17-0 run in the fourth
so far this season. And she said, I did it because of my faith in the good Lord, my faith in myself, and my faith in Dawn Staley.
With just over 4 minutes to go in the second quarter, 25-23. But since that time, South Carolina has outscored.
And back to MiLaysia.
17. Here's Brown.
But you know, we're in the fourth quarter, so MiLaysia did well. But honestly, the fourth quarter was all about Adhel. Adhel Tac, welcome to the SEC, sister. She immediately comes in and she gets a stop. She helps get a stop. She gets the rebound. She gets fouled. We're in the bonus, so she gets a couple fouls. And I think that really got her comfortable, getting those rebounds, getting some good transition in, and then getting some free throws. And then from there on, if you look at her here, that looks familiar, don't it? Look at how she's racing down. Look at her getting in position and not letting up. Where have I seen that?
You look at it, you can say, well, that team could win. That team could win.
She gets the rebound off the miss. She puts it back.
So they'll stay on them a couple of times. The rotations weren't there defensively. I think
Alexa, stop the music. Who that look like?
Tac. Count it, and the foul.
Come up, Adhel. I love it.
Is working. She puts the shot up and doesn't give up. And you see.
But this move, I ain't never seen.
Edwards back on for South Carolina. Here's Tac. She's emptying out the toolkit right now.
Yeah, and that's how we ended the game. Shout out to Adhel putting in work. I'm glad she had a breakout game. And that's a wrap. Gamecocks win 83-52 to start SEC play.
in SEC play in the regular season for Dawn Staley. For Christy Thomas-Cuddy and our crew, I'm Eric Freed. Let's get you to LSU and Arkansas.
And it is inside, it is outside. It's your 5-player going coast to coast off a rebound.
Let me know in the comments who you think is their greatest competition in the SEC. Like, who's beating these girls? Let me know. Everybody's saying there's a lot of competition. I want to know who the competition is. Huh? Because if you can't beat them when they shoot 14%, then who can? Check out how they did it in this breakdown I did of the Gamecocks versus Charleston Southern game. And look, I'm Courtside Kenny, and thanks for watching.